Hey guys, I'm John with Hops and Brews, and if you love craft beer as much, or even semi as much as I do, you've probably heard of barrel-aged beers, right? Well, they got the standard bourbon. You might even go whiskey. You've probably seen oak or just barrel-aged. You've probably seen a port or a wine. And heck, I've even seen a gin. But have you ever seen a Mezcal barrel-aged sour? Let's check it out. So, like I said, this is a Mezcal barrel-aged sour margarita beer. I didn't say the margarita part, but it's a sour beer and it's Mezcal margarita flavored with margarita mix. So, yeah, if you don't know what Mezcal is, it's kind of like tequila, but smoked. It's made from agave and it's more smoked than some people say tequila might have a spicy flavor. Not me, but whatever. Anyways, that's what Mezcal is in a quick, simple nutshell. Okay? I don't need to get into the whole thing, and I'm sure people in the comments below will be like, well, this is technically what Mezcal is. I don't care. This was a simple explanation. It's just different and it's interesting, okay? That's what it is. The more interesting thing, too, is it's put into a sour. And then in this sour, they added margarita mix. Let's hope it's not Mr. and Mrs. T's. No offense. It's fine in a pinch. In fact, I don't even like tequila, so that's probably all I've ever had. But yes, let's check out Voodoo Brewing's Mezcal barrel-aged mango margarita beer. This beer comes in at an 8% ABV, a 0 IBUs. It gets an average rating on Untappd of 4.02, but it only has 224 check-ins. This is a collaboration between WeldWerks Brewing and Voodoo Brewing. A Mezcal barrel-aged Imperial sour with mango puree and margarita mix. Since it was a margarita flavor, I thought I should put it in a margarita glass. Honestly, this actually looks like a really dark cider, just from observation. I smell sweetness, but I cannot tell what it is from at least this distance. But let's check it out. It kind of actually smells like cider, too. Like I don't get margarita mix and I don't get mango from the aromatics. Although this type of glass is not really meant for aromatics. Cheers. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay, I do taste margarita mix. And I want to say it's like cheap, generic Mr. and Mrs. margarita mix because that's exactly what it tastes like. The mango puree is kind of there. I really taste it at the far back end. I kind of get a little apricot too at the back end. And then that could just be the mango puree. It's odd. The Mezcal, and to be honest, I've only had Mezcal a handful of times, so I'm not an expert on the flavor profile of it. The one thing I know, it's made of agave, and I know it's supposed to have a smoky flavor to it. So it's like the scotch of, I guess, tequila. You taste the margarita mix right away, and that lingers and stays with you. And the problem is once you hit that point, I'm kind of confused of what this is supposed to be. Again, this is me dissecting a beer. If I'm just drinking something to drink it, I'd still question it because it's kind of weird. It's not weird in a bad way or weird in like the odd food way. It's just weird of like, what drink is this? It's kind of like you were drunk at a party and you asked some friend who else was probably drunk, like, hey, go pour me or make me a drink of something. And he's just like, there's nothing left at the bar. Let's try experimenting. Mezcal, mango, and margarita mix. Yeah. And he hands it to you like, what is this junk? Again, it's not that it's bad. It's just, I don't know if it works. It's interesting, and I really like the fact that it's interesting. Just don't know if it works. Okay, now that I've gotten to try this a little bit more, not much has changed, for my opinion. Imperial Sour. It's not very sour. It is just a fruited beer. Honestly, there's a little bit of tartness, but the tartness just tastes like margarita mix. So is that a sour, or is it just a fruited beer and you put margarita mix and you're calling it a sour? Now the Mezcal, I don't really taste a smokiness to it, but again, that's a nuance to the spirit itself. When you're adding this much sugar into it, that's probably gonna be hidden. That mango puree and that margarita mix just overpowers it. Everything cool about this beer that's on the label is overshadowed by the things that are uncool about this beer. Does that make sense? I mean, margarita mix is cheap in itself. You want a cocktail to be made with fresh ingredients and not a pre-mix. And it does come in at 8%, so it's Imperial, right at the cusp, so that's nice. And you don't taste any of the alcohol. To me, this is a miss. I'd be sad if I didn't get to try it because it sounds interesting, but once I tried it, I was like, I'm probably built the hype up too much in myself, and I shouldn't have done that. And that's what this beer did. But if you are a person who does like those quick and easy margarita mix, and hey, no shame to you, do you like those mango wine coolers? It's essentially like you put both of those mixed together here. If that sounds appealing to you, go check this beer out and the good people over at Voodoo Brewing and WeldWerks. See you guys. Hey guys, if you like this video, remember hit like and subscribe. Follow me on my social media stuff. The links for all that will be at the very bottom of the description. We got cool glassware. We don't have the margarita glasses, sorry. You want to check us out, go to dollartree.com. You'll probably find those there. What do you think about the Mezcal barrel-aged, tequila barrel-aged, margarita stuff? Are you a big fan of the Mr. and Mrs. pre-mixed margarita stuff? You know, let me know in the comments below. Cheers, guys.